Hello, hello. Welcome to KCPR's Open Mic Night. Hey,
Woo! Let's go, guys!
Our once quarterly showcase of Cal Poly's best talent. We would like to really quickly thank our sponsors, the Performing Arts Center, Kreuzberg Coffee, Splash Cafe, Spark Yoga, and House of Bread.
If you guys want some of these awesome snacks, check it out on that side. There's coffee and treats for free. I'm Alexa, by the way.
And I'm Steven Parda.
And we're going to be announcing who's up and who's on deck. If you're on deck, please come over and get ready on this side of the stage. Thank you.
And coming up first, we have Luke Kraemer.
On deck is Sara Kipps.
All right, thanks. All right. Hey, everybody. My name's Luke. I've never done this before. This song has a lot of words, so hopefully I remember them. Yeah, when I was only 17, I could hear the angels whispering. So I droned into the woods. I wandered aimlessly about till I heard my mother shouting through the fog. It turned out to be the howling of a dog, or a wolf to be exact. The sound sent shivers down my back, but I was drawn to the pack, and before long they allowed me to join in and sing this song. So from the cliffs to the highest hill, yeah, we'd gladly get our fill, howling aimlessly and shrilly at the dawn. And I lost my taste for judging right from wrong, though my flesh had turned to fur, and my thoughts, they surely were, turned to instinct and obedience to God. You can wear your fur like a river on fire, but you'd better be sure if you're making God a liar. I'm a rattlesnake, babe. I'm like fuel on fire. So if you're gonna get made, don't be afraid of what you've learned. Well, on the day that I turned 23, I was curled up underneath the dogwood tree, when suddenly a girl, her skin the color of a pearl, she wandered aimlessly, but she didn't seem to see. She was listening for the angels just like me. So I stood and looked about. I brushed the leaves right off my snout. Then I heard my mother calling through the trees. You should have seen that girl go shaky at the knees. So I took her by the arm. We settled down upon a farm, raised her children up as gently as you please. Now my fur has turned to skin. I've been quickly ushered in to a world that I confess I do not know. But I still dream of running careless through the snow, through the howling winds that blow across the ancient distant flow, fills our bodies up like water till we know. You can wear your fur like a river on fire, but you'd better be sure if you're making God a liar. I'm a rattlesnake, babe. I'm like fuel on fire. So if you're gonna get made, don't be afraid of what you've learned.
It's being right there on the sideline, being right there, you know, in the stands, and, you know, getting to go on the field and talk to the players and things like that, getting as close as possible. People in the community are interested in Cal Poly sports, and to be able to deliver that to them from the source, from Cal Poly, is what I think is the most essential thing. You can be a part of something bigger than just coming in for a class. It's covering something that ESPN is covering right alongside.
They've done to my song, Ma. Look what they've done to my song. It's the only thing I could do half right, and it's turning out all wrong, Ma. Look what they've done to my song. Look what they've done to my brain, Ma. Look what they've done to my brain. They chicked it like a chicken bone, and they think I'm half insane, Ma. Look what they've done to my brain. Wish I could find a book to live in. Wish I could find a good book. 'Cause if I can find a real good book, I never have to come out and look at what they've done to my song. Na 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 na. But if people are buying tears, we'll be rich someday, Ma. Look what they've done to my brain. But maybe I'll be all right, Ma. Yeah, maybe I'll be okay. 'Cause if people are buying tears, I'll be rich someday, Ma. Look what they've done to my song. Look what they've done to my soul, Ma. Look what they've done to my soul. Yeah, they tied it in a plastic bag and they shook me upside down, Ma. Look what they've done to my soul. Look what they've done to my song.
KCPR 91.3 FM, Cal Poly Radio would like to thank our sponsor, Kreuzberg Coffee Company, for their support of our Winter 2015 Open Mic Night.
So I'm in this playwriting class, and it's once a week, Mondays, noon to 4, it's 4 hours. And that's a long time to be in class. So my teacher, Al Schnupp, very nice, great man that he is, he'll bring food into class for a little break. And it started off with just snacks, like bags of chips and like stuff he had left over from his house, it almost looked like. Then the second, third week, he said, all right, I'll have some food brought at 2 o'clock. And he got chow delivered. All right, I'm down for some pizza. A couple weeks later, all right, I'm not having food brought, but I brought some bread, peanut butter, jelly, Nutella. So we had like a make-your-own PB&J kit. Nice, that's a little weird. Then I thought, where's he gonna take this? All right, today, class, I've got some nice lamb shanks. They've been braised in a pear perfume, and It's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes for your waiter to bring that to you, and then we'll resume class. He also likes to get a lot of volunteers because the entire class is like reading plays that other people have written. So I'm wondering if one day it's going to be like, all right, class, we've got some food coming. I've got a nice platter of sushi. Now I just need a volunteer whose naked body we can eat it off of, and we'll be ready to go. You know, if I was paranoid, I would think that he was just feeding us all this food to fatten us up, kind of like a Sweeney Todd situation. Like one day we're going to come to class, hey, where's Christopher? Oh, Christopher's been quite ill for some time. His work is suffering because of it. A couple weeks later, okay, now class, you folks remember Christopher. Here he is, braised in a nice pear perfume sauce, and enjoy. So I was walking downtown a couple weeks ago, and I was on Mill Street. And I don't know if you've been down Mill Street before, but there's a block or two of Mill Street that has these really beautiful, insert architecture style here, houses that are they're really nice to look at. There's one house in particular, it's kind of small, and it has like a portiere or like a little foyer, and there's just like, there aren't walls, but they're like almost all windows, and you can see inside of this house, and it looks so cool. There's like little figurines on the wall out of books. It's just like a place you're like, yeah, like one day maybe I can go into that house and be so cool. And I was walking past the house the other day, and the windows were up, lights were off, lights were on, TV was on. Someone was in there, the resident, I'm assuming. And I thought, oh, here's my chance. I'm going to see who lives there. And I saw the silhouette through the TV of an elderly lady sitting down, hunched like this. I saw her frock of white hair, and the first thought that entered my mind was, oh, it's an old lady. That's too bad. I don't know why. It's just like, I don't know what my thought process was. Oh, shoot, something cool is wasted on the old. I mean, even if it was a young person, it's not like I'm going to be able to, like, magically make friends with them and, hey, buddy, can I use your clubhouse? Like, I got a 6-pack of Rolling Rock. Can I come over, maybe watch a football game? It'll be great. Like, no, even if it was, like, some 22-year-old dude, I probably would never get into that house. So you know what? I just thought, let bygones be bygones. And I hope that old lady loves the heck out of her house. So being a college student, I eat a decent bit of campus food. I like Chick-fil-A, probably not alone. Although I enjoy Chick-fil-A because I find it to be the most socially acceptable and appropriate way to consume Chick-fil-A sauce. Chicken sandwich, fries, cool, but that Chick-fil-A sauce, it's the consistency of nacho cheese, and it just tastes like honey mustard and love and like the meaning of life. And I could honestly sit in the Ave and just, down packets of that with my fingers, but people stare at you less if you have a sandwich. Speaking of food, I was on campus the other day, and I had an empty coffee cup, something like this, and I was recycling it, and I opened up a recycling bin, threw it in there, and I looked and, oh, there's some old onion rings in there. You can't recycle onion rings. Turns out you can recycle onion rings, if you catch my drift. Call me the recycling center. So as you can tell from my some of my anecdotes, I don't lead the best diet. One night, I woke up in the middle of the night, and my body made a noise that it just shouldn't. It was a noise that if a tour guide at a national park heard it, he could tell you, identify the animal from genus down to species, as well as its dietary habits, mating habits, and where it goes for the winter. It would be something like this. Oh, yes, that's the Pacific Northwest wooded brown fox. It consists on a diet of mainly nuts, berries, and some twigs. And It has a distinct mating call that it uses from August to November to catch its mates, and then once it mates, it hibernates for the winter. Then all of a sudden, I'd like, I don't know, Bigfoot style, just like come walking out of the bushes. He'd be like, oh, that's a dude? Oh my. Oh shoot, well, that's not right. No, that's a human. He shouldn't make that noise. Hey, what's up? Is there a snack stand over there? Sir, did you eat the fox? Did you eat the wood? No, just Chick-fil-A sauce and onion rings. Thank you, guys.
My biggest piece of advice, and I'm saying this from experience, get involved early. I know that the things I'm learning right now I can apply to my future without a doubt in my mind.
Coming up on Mustang News,
I am learning how to edit, how to shoot, how to interact with people you're interviewing, how to be on the desk. I'm learning everything that I'm going to need to know in the real world. It's so much more fast-paced and you learn so much more quickly because we're actually doing.
Hold on, I'm gonna take this turn a little faster than is probably safe, and so roll down your window, throw your hair into the rain until I roll it up again. And sold me only when there's no one looking. Tell me, why can't you tell your friends and kiss me, and just make sure it's not in front of him? Well, I'd like to meet your mom and dad and your sister too. I'd like to meet just everyone that means a lot to you. And I'd like to take you places, there are things I'd love to see. I wanna treat you better, Amy, if you'd only let me. Down everything you're feeling right now, only till the summer comes around. We can sing out every song that I have been about. Well, I'd like to meet your mom and dad and your sister too. I'd like to meet just everyone that means a lot to you. And I'd like to take you places, there are things I'd love to see. I wanna treat you better, Amy, if you'd only let me. Well, I know that I'm running out of time, and as the faces meet the future, these things seem to unwind tonight. I don't wanna take up all your time tonight. Well, I'd like to meet your mom and dad and your sister too. I'd like to meet just everyone that means a lot to you. And I'd like to take you places, there are things I'd love to see. I wanna treat you better, Amy, if you'd only let me meet your mom and dad and your sister too. 'Cause I'd like to meet just everyone that's ever meant nothing to you. I'd take you places, there's so much I've yet to see. I wanna treat you better, Amy.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
The broadcast component of Mustang News offers an outlet for students to shoot, write, and edit, all that is needed to be successful in the news industry. So we produce a sports broadcast and Poly Playbook, a 1-minute update, and a weekly half-hour live show, along with content that goes up on the web to accompany the print story.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout,
tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Cal Poly Radio is proud to partner with the Performing Arts Center, San Luis Obispo, to present our Winter 2015 Open Mic Night. We thank the Performing Arts Center for their continued support of KCPR and the San Luis Obispo music and arts community.
Thank you, guys. I always think that passing cars are flashing their high beams at me, even when they are not. These are the fabrications of a troubled psyche. You see, my mind is always grappling for reasons to fear what is further up the road. And I wonder when I became so suspicious of everyone around me, when I developed such an affinity for the deadbolt on my front door that I can't sleep without locking myself away. How many times does one person have to be burned before they fear the heat of the flame? It all started with him. The boy with the silver tongue and the sharp wit and the tendency to use his words like a whip. Some days, I still feel his jawline underneath my fingertips. Some nights, I still remember his ghostly touch. They say we learn to do unto others from what those we love the most have done unto us. So when he used his poetry like a noose to reel in his prey, I learned to do the same, even though the rope burns on my own neck were still raw. And ever since, I have found enjoyment in watching those who expose my vulnerabilities meet their downfall. It is no surprise that I have learned to take pride in watching men burn when I kiss them. After him, I swore I would never let another writer under my skin, would never get close to anyone who wields the raw power of their words in blissful ignorance like a blind man with a gun, because broken bones are born from swinging fists, but broken hearts are born from skillful tongues. I do not want to know what avalanches my twisted words have been the catalyst of. I can't bear to carry that weight. I've made the mistakes of spitting blatant lies, told one boy that his fingertips made my goosebumps sing his name, and now he thinks every poem is about him. He has no idea that dozens of men treasure handwritten love letters with the remnants of my saliva on the envelope seal. I have a bad habit of preserving past romances in time capsules. To me, he is just another line in a diary full of could-have-beens that have never amounted to anything real. And still, I find myself wondering why every what-if that does not pan out wheels away only to return in my wake. I must look better at a distance. Maybe they think the burn marks I left them with were not premeditated murder, but an honest mistake. Maybe none of them can see my scars from afar. As if they are astronauts floating among the stars, and I, the earth, a heavenly body marred by asphalt and exhaust, stuck in a gravitational pull much larger than my own. Maybe they cannot see me choking on my own atmosphere. This is a glimpse into my reality. I don't write by choice. I write because of an inherent need to let loose my thoughts before they suffocate me. And still, people always tell me they wish they could write poetry. But I can't remember the last time I got a moment of quiet. Can't recall the last time my brain stopped churning out rhymes long enough for me to sleep through the night. I have watched the seedlings of 1,000 beautiful things drown in my thunderstorm mind. And ever since, I have learned to keep my distance. I have built mental museums for my memories, catacombs of my past mistakes preserved in sterile glass cases. People think they can see inside, but the only glimpse they get is the reflection on the glass of their own silhouette. It is all smoke and mirrors. These are the realities of being a writer. After you've stood on stage and made your deepest confessions in front of a sea of strange faces, you can abandon any hope of secrecy. I have chosen to blur the lines of my privacy. Everyone thinks they know the real me. People forget that writing is always a glimpse. It is never the story in its entirety. I have scattered puzzle pieces of poetry across so many stages. I have lost track of the breadcrumb trail I have left behind, a misshapen mosaic of my history strewn across the country, little morsels that keep people coming back for more. Writers have this way of trapping people in their gravity. But I never wanted this responsibility, never wanted the ability to cut people straight to the bone, swift and cold, using nothing but the recycled air from my own lungs. I have seen the crimes writers can commit, first-degree murder discussed in third person. But I know of the burn of words and the lingering sting of lies all too well to take part After all the times I failed to walk away from the silver-tongued boy of my youth, only to be coaxed back into his palms with his poetry on my lips and a blindfold on, to find every time I was abandoned, left standing empty-handed with a fresh set of wounds, even though I swore I would never let another writer under my skin. And now I can't even trust myself because I am one of them. You see, everyone wants to fall in love with the girl who can write poems that will take their breath away, but no one wants to sleep with the girl who can reveal their true colors on stage. But I am done searching for sleep on someone else's pillow, done looking for solace in the scent of unfamiliar skin on the sheets. There is no comfort in the bruises on the nape of my neck in the shape of a thumbprint much larger than my own. I am done looking in other people for a place to call home. The chase is all I have known, and I am tired of running with my bruising heels and bowing limbs. I have made a cripple of myself, and my patience is wearing thin. Do not ask me to write you a poem about love. I cannot write about that which I know nothing of. As a child, I watched my parents touch only through bumping elbows and brushing shoulders. I have no memory of them ever holding hands. Learning to love from them is like learning to read from a blind man. In a world of braille and love bites, I have always chosen to console myself with sonnets and rhyme schemes. I placed myself in a center stage spotlight when I was only searching for therapy. I have plastered warning signs across my face, found 1,000 pretty ways to tell people to stay away. And still, when I step off this stage, they all come vying for their chance to have me carve their names into the history books, to immortalize them in a biography brimming with lies. They want me to be the disembodied voice in the mirror, telling them that they are the fairest of them all. They want my words to catch on their tongues and melt as rich as sugar when all I have to feed them is the exhale of my own breath. They want me to regift the deepest faucets of my feelings to them, wrapped in rhetoric and tied in a bow so they can rip open my poetry like a present and see their reflection staring back, dripping in the afterglow of falsehoods. They forget that words are ephemeral. I'm only giving them smoke and mirrors. But writers are not magicians. We are martyrs. You don't know how broken you have to be to box up your secrets and hand them over to an audience of strangers.
Hey, you're listening to our Winter 2015 Open Mic Night here at KCPR Cal Poly Radio, 91.3 FM. I'm DJ B. Arthur, and you can catch my show where I play the best in 90s indie rock and tons of new music, Wednesdays, noon to 2 p.m., here on 91.3 FM or kcpr.org.
So this is a song. Always used to being sad, always finding worse nights. I need to find myself a light to keep me warm if it's alright. But life has shadows undeterred, and life has shadows untouched.
life of shadows undeterred. But life of shadows untouched. We live in shadows never turn. But life of shadows never turn away. I've never been to the other side. I hardly doubt if I'm away. But life is shadows untouched. Life is shadows undeterred. We live in shadows never turn. Life is shadows never turn away.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
You're watching KCPR 91.3 FM's Winter 2015 Open Mic Night, live from the PAC Pavilion.
Hey, listen all you people, what do you see? March into the fields of Concord. Looks like handsome Johnny with a musket in his hand. March into the Concord Walk. Yeah, march into the Concord Walk. Hey, all you people, tell me what you see. March into the fields of Dunkirk. Looks like handsome Johnny with a musket in his hand. March into the Dunkirk War. March into the Dunkirk War. Hey, all you people, look over yonder. Looks like handsome Johnny on his way to Korea. Walking with his M1 in his hand. March into the Korean War. Yeah, march into the Korean War. It's a long, hard road. It's a long, hard road. It's a long, hard road until we'll be free. Hey, look over yonder, tell me what you see. March into the fields of Vietnam. Looks like handsome Johnny with an M16 in his hand. March into the Vietnam War. Yeah, march into the Vietnam War. Hey, look over yonder, tell me what do you see? March into the fields of Afghanistan. Looks like handsome Johnny with a gun in his hand. Crying towards the Afghan war. Yeah, crying toward the Afghan war. Hey, look over yonder, who do you see? On his way to the fields of Ferguson. Looks like handsome Johnny with his hand up in a fist. March into the Ferguson war. Yeah, march into the Ferguson war. Tell me what's the use of singing this song? Most of you aren't even listening. Tell me what it is we're supposed to do. Wait for our fields to start glistening. Yeah, wait for the bullets to start whistling. And here come the hydrogen bomb. Yeah, here come the guided missile. Here come the plane crashing into our lives. Marching, marching, marching. Whistling all our way round. Hey, look over yonder, tell me what you see. Limping his way back home. Looks like handsome Johnny without his hands, making his way back home. Yeah, crying his way back home.
KCPR 91.3 FM Cal Poly Radio would like to thank our sponsor, Black Horse Espresso and Bakery, for their support of our Winter 2015 Open Mic Night.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
This is cool. This is cool. I haven't been to a college campus in a while. I'm 25, and I've been out of college for a couple years now. And well, let me rephrase that. I'm 25, and I've been out of Cuesta for a couple years now. So it's it's cool to be on a college campus again. I've been battling with a certain enemy for multiple years now, and it's not a human or anything. It's technology. I freaking hate technology, man. It's just such a pain, and I'll talk to my friends about it, and they'll be like, oh, you don't like technology, because it's too hard for you to figure it out, huh, Nick? I'm like, no, I'm smart. I wear glasses. Obviously, I'm smart. I can figure it out. And I'll talk to my deeper thinking friends, and they'll be like, oh, you don't like it because, it distances us as people, and it creates a cyber wall, and it's about being in the same place, same time, having a conversation with somebody, and you're worried about the next generation and what all this social networking is going to do to the next generation. That's why you hate technology, right, Nick? No, I'm not that smart. These lenses aren't even real. I hate technology because it's just making it way too easy for all of us as humans to mess up. It's just too easy now. It's like, you go back 10 years ago and you had a few drinks with some friends, got a little crazy. Woke up the next morning feeling groggy and crap and the sun and go away. Why did Ben Franklin invent you? Go away, please, God. And you don't know what to do. You don't know what happened. So you go through the cell phones. You get your cell phone out to see what happened. And, well, since we're 10 years in the past, we flip it open. And you go through the text messages and stuff. It's like I texted Jenny at 3 saying, hey, cutie, you still up? Winky face? Oh, God. Oh, God. And then you look through the call log. And I called Rachel at 3:10, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45. Oh, God. And that was the worst of your worries. You apologize. Hey, I'm sorry. I got a little too drunk. It won't happen again. Until next weekend when I get drunk, it's not a thing. Don't worry about it. Fast forward to now, you have way more things to worry about. You got your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things that sound like a really good idea when you have a couple drinks in you, and it's just going to ruin your life. It's like if I had $1 every time I sent a dirty, seductive Facebook message to a girl, and it was really posted on her wall for all of Facebook to see, I would have $13. But my favorite part of that, too, is like her family members will be the ones that comment on the status and stuff. It's like her mom going, meh, 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 meh. Who's this dirty boy? Defriend him. Meh, 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 meh. She really types that, too. Meh, 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 meh. And then there's her brother who comments on it, who's just reiterating the Taken monologue. I have a certain set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you. Winky face. But all this stuff, it makes me wonder, what was it like back in the olden days, because no matter where you go, past, present, future, all men will always, get drunk, we'll always get horny, and we'll always want to make complete asses out of ourselves in front of girls when we're really thinking that we're all cool and James Bond-like, It's always going to happen. And it makes me wonder, what was it like in the old West days? Did they handwrite letters to the girls they wanted to get with? It's like the cowboys at the saloon, taking shots of whiskey, shooting their gun with their cowboy homies, whatever you call them. They have, time to go home, so they drunk ride their horse home, riding it backwards, and get up, horsey. Get home and get their stationery out, their quill, and they have to dip it in ink, and just it takes a couple of times to actually get it in there. And dearest Annabelle, you are the prettiest lady in all the prairie. I would love to show you the size of my gun sometime, especially the way I could shoot it. Sincerely, Cowboy Bungalow. P.S. I'm not actually talking about my gun. Winky face. And then from that, I wonder, what was it like for a caveman? What was the equivalent of a dick picking for caveman? Did they sneak over to the girl's cave and chisel in a picture of their penis when they weren't awake? They're just going there okay, right there, and like that, and yeah, boom. Yeah, that doesn't really look as big on a huge cave wall than I really thought that was gonna be. She won't really know. Just make that a little bigger. There we go. Ooh, ooh, baby. I'll be seeing you later. Oh, I forgot to sign it. Winky face. There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. My name's Nick Malizia. Thank you very much.
KCPR 91.3 FM, Cal Poly Radio, is a nonprofit student-run organization that serves Cal Poly and the Central Coast with live, new music, and talk program 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can tune in on the Central Coast at 91.3 FM or stream us online at www.kcpr.org. Keep it to the left.
I wrote this song 2 days ago. I turned to you and asked for a smoke. You said that's cancer. You'll have the devil to answer. A smug reply, but you seemed pretty nice, so I wrote you letters through the ocean weather. When I met you, I was 22, a mariner from foreign lands, drinking cheap champagne. You were raised from a cottage estate where you found your mother blowing Billy in the hole. Died, you stabbed the fork in mother's thigh as an act of vengeance. It broke the silence, and you ran away aboard a livestock train to Indiana. You gone bananas, and after 12 long years of fighting back tears, you had the nerve to ask me where I stayed. Just like that, we formed a pact and were married the very next day. Yeah!
was alive, with the writhing dance of bodies yet to break, and worn and faded, your flesh against mine. I was screaming inside, we woke the neighbors, no apologies later. But then I caught you, in your hair it looked like glue, but the smell of semen wasn't far away. Like mother, like daughter, like mother, like daughter, and at that instant I knew I shouldn't stray. Oh, but the look on her face. Thank you.
KCPR 91.3 FM, Cal Poly Radio would like to thank our sponsor, Splash Cafe, for their support of our Winter 2015 Open Mic Night.
My name's Sky. This is my first time doing one of these things. I've got to give a big shout out to my roommate Kevin because he let me borrow his keyboard. Music majors are very handy in that way. Yeah, it's just good. All right, thank you. I'm gonna play a song. Okay.
So this is she, the one that took my heart and hung it in a tree, the one who ran away, but she will never leave. Another passerby left here to dream. Is this goodbye? A lonely road is captured in another's eye. A gust of wind is strengthened by a wanderer's sigh. And so we meet again, oh passerby. Stormy night, sunset leads the way where you and I ignite. The dark side of the moon provides a little shade. Cascade. Let me explain. See my point of view beside a window pane. Look me in the soul and see we're all the same. People turn to thunder still my soul, but keep it safe and sound. 'Cause every passerby is lost and found. Now meet me beneath the stormy night. Sunset leads the way where you and I ignite. Dark side of the moon provides a little shade. You and I cascade.
Thank you so much.
Mustang News is primarily an online news outlet where we try to converge what was 2 years ago Mustang Daily and CPTV and KCPR into one sort of organization, like an umbrella organization called Mustang News, where we try to deliver news in packages that include video, multimedia, social media aspects, as well as text and audio, and just try to give like the fullest experience possible.
As like a senior, we can walk out of here and be like, yeah, I've worked at a newspaper for 3 years, and like I know how to cut video, and I know how to write a story, and like I know how to take a photo, and I can do all that. And I think we're like more real world ready than a lot of the students here, just because we're given this like incredible opportunity to have hands-on experience like every day.
My name is Jake Schoonmaker. People call me Schoon. To my right is my pal Alec Schwend. Tonight we're gonna be Schwendmaker for you. People have said we're like Simon and Garfunkel if they combined their last names instead of going by Simon and Garfunkel. That's no joke.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. We walk a path that everyone seems to take. A path that feels like a waste. But we stand in the crossroads of the land. Looking for your faith. Don't be afraid of what you don't know. Don't be afraid, one day you'll find a home. Take a chance one day you will be home. Don't be afraid of what you don't know. Don't be afraid one day you'll find a home. Take a chance so you may never know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you mean? What do I talk about?
Oh hey, didn't see you there. I'm DJ Encarnacion and this is KCPR. You can tune into my show from 4 to 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m.
Comedy Central special entitled Wit to Toilet, Aiden Candelario's Greatest Hits. This is part 1. Thank you, thank you. Enough. All right, shut up already. So I've been doing this for a little while, but it's still really weird to me for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest is that as far as I can tell, I've actually had the most average childhood possible. I was raised a poor Chinese boy. Yeah, that joke actually makes a lot more sense in the typed manuscript of my act. 'Cause I'm a really sloppy typist, so my name, Aiden Candelario, often comes out as Asian Candelario. My first name, Aiden, though, is really kind of a paradox for a lot of people, because they have a really difficult time not spelling it with ease. Okay, if you guys didn't get those last couple jokes, it means you probably don't know my name. And if you don't know my name, I just can't understand. I can't understand what you're doing at the taping of my special here tonight. I mean, maybe you came in here by accident, but I demanded that my name was up in pretty big letters. You should have seen it, at least glanced it. Man, if some of you guys know that little about me, maybe you guys took me seriously when I said I was raised a poor Chinese boy. Well, I wasn't. In fact, my upbringing actually was rather unusual, at least outside of my hometown of San Luis Obispo. Yeah, I was raised strictly elitist white trash. We were the family constantly getting fined by the city for the way that we meant for our front yard to look. Natural. Unfortunately, it was a very real kind of naturalness, the kind where between all the weeds and wildflowers, there was just a bunch of random junk. But one thing my family definitely was not was materialists. Like, we cared so little for stuff, we actually had an active disdain for it. When we were done using something, or if it broke, we just toss it or leave it where it lie. I mean, it got so bad that most of the time our sign that read Simplify was simply obscured by clutter. And part of being raised elitist white trash was that me and both of my little sisters were also unschooled, which is basically the same thing as being homeschooled, except minus the negative connotations. See, my mom didn't want people to think that we were religious wackos or shut-ins or nerds. She wanted them to know that we were pretentious alternative types. And, being brought up that way left me and the eldest of my two little sisters with some weird quirks as adults. We really like to throw pennies in the street because we're too poor to burn money, but still want to be like, screw the monetary system. Also, we absolutely refuse to drink soda unless it's cut with alcohol. But I digress. I was talking about why it's weird for me to be doing stand-up, and probably the biggest reason is that I've always had this issue where whenever I can hear people laughing, I'm just terrified that it's about me. So if you guys could keep it to a minimum till I'm done, I would really appreciate it. You guys have done okay so far. I think you can do better, though. I don't think I'm asking too much, because I already met you halfway. You see, I didn't write the greatest jokes for tonight, though of course I easily could have. Oh, and if you guys are concerned that by not laughing you're gonna ruin the taping of my special tonight, don't. We're just gonna add all that kind of stuff in post, same way they do for all Jeff Dunham specials. Yeah, so if anybody's gonna be doing any laughing tonight, I'd really prefer it was me. Same goes for the heckling, and that should go without saying. You guys have been good so far. But when I say I'm gonna heckle myself, I basically just mean tell self-effacing jokes, which, if you don't know, I'm actually effing nominal at, which is another paradox if you think about it, and I have in depth because I have a love-hate relationship with paradox. But I am great at the self-deprecating humor. I've even been told there's just no comparison between myself and the greatest self-effacing comics of all time, that we're not even in the same league. Yeah. I didn't always know I was so funny, though. I didn't know I was so funny till the night that I told my parents I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I'd never heard them laugh so hard at anything, haven't since. Hecklers can be awful, though. I was at a comedy show last night, and this guy was such an idiot. I thought he would realize that he was an idiot and stop talking, but no such luck. It never works out that way. It got to the point, it got so bad that I felt like I had no choice but to just start laying into this guy, just really giving it to him. And I said some awful things that I deeply regret. I don't know how, it got ugly. I don't know how it would have ended if the bouncer hadn't escorted me out of the bar so we could finish his set. So I guess that's how I'll finish my set. If you need more of that, I'm really busy this weekend. You can find me on Facebook because I spelled my name like a bunch of times for you guys. You should be able to figure it out. All right, that was the end of my set if you guys want to come out here or something. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? The Slow Skate Park at Santa Rosa Park is opening this Saturday, February 28th from 1 to 4 p.m. As an early supporter of the park, KCPR will be spinning tunes live at the event and hosting a performance from local band Pleasant. Please try to carpool, walk, or bike to the event, and make sure to keep it safe. Anyone planning to skate in the bowl is mandated to wear helmets and pads. For more information, visit KCPR's Facebook page at facebook.com/KCPRradio.
Exosphere withering away. Every time you pull me in, I begin to suffocate. Beneath your gravity, in the vastness of space, can't break away from you, so here I'll wait. Thank you.
You're watching KCPR 91.3 FM's Winter 2015 Open Mic Night, live from the PAC Pavilion.
Mustang News is primarily an online news outlet where we try to converge what was 2 years ago Mustang Daily and CPTV and KCPR into one sort of organization, like an umbrella organization called Mustang News, where we try to deliver news in packages that include video, multimedia, social media aspects, as well as text and audio, and just try to give like the fullest experience possible.
As like a senior, we can walk out of here and be like, yeah, I've worked at a newspaper for 3 years, and like I know how to cut video, and I know how to write a story, and like I know how to take a photo, and I can do all that. And I think we're like more real world ready than a lot of the students here, just because we're given this like incredible opportunity to have hands-on experience like every day.
We're 3/6 of the CEOs plus 3 guests. So never before have we played in this combination, and we hope you enjoy the jazz tunes that we put forward. Take all of me. Can you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? Oh, you took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? Why not take all of me? Can you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I want to lose them too. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How could I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me?
KCPR 91.3 FM, Cal Poly Radio, is a nonprofit student-run organization that serves Cal Poly and the Central Coast with live, new music, and talk program 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can tune in on the Central Coast at 91.3 FM or stream us online at www.kcpr.org. Keep it to the left.
Something that you already know. Yeah, you've been out in the night, and darling, it shows. Where do you go before you run off to bed? I've got a feeling that's deep inside of my head. Those dreams that we could never understand, I've got them all written down in the palm of my hand. There's just one thing that I would like to know. That's when all your luck runs out. Where will you go? Where will you go? Where will you go? So tell me a secret I don't already know. Yeah, you've been out in the night, and darling, it shows. Don't tell me things that have already been said. I can remember them all inside of my head. There's just one thing that I would like to know. That's when all your luck runs out. Where will you go? Yeah. Something's coming. It's knocking at my door. Something's changing. It's gone forevermore. I can feel it. It's creeping down my spine. Something's changing. All I need is time. If I can do it, you can do it too. Stop complaining. It's all you ever do. 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 Something's coming. It's knocking at my door. Something's changing. It's gone forever.